Hey everybody, One of Wisdom here, part 112 of our Skylanders Giants Blind playthrough. It is Thursday, April 4th, 5:14 in the morning. Hopefully you're in bed. I am not. I am recording upgrades for the first time in our blind playthrough. If you were unaware, everyone was box stock. We did that run through. I'm upgrading them in preparation for our quest in Nightmare mode. But just here in part 111 we did Hot Dog. Like I said, I am extremely tired. And we're now going to do Molten Hot Dog. That said, here's a look at Hot Dog. We took him down the top path, which is Pyro Pooch. It's currently winning the blog poll on oneofwisdom.blogspot.com. Asks you to vote for which path you prefer. It basically upgrades his fire bark. You can kind of see it has that like bomb impact right as it expires. And then the Pyro pinwheel was a big deal. When you charge up your Super Comet, he actually spits fire like that. And then Ding Dong Ditch, the Soul Gem, the incredible, lovable, huggable, stompable bag. And then the thing I want to pay attention to here, just while we've got Hot Dog on, that is the wall of fire just from the base upgrades in Pyro Pooch. Basically covers the full extent of the ship. You can have essentially two of them. You see that front wall expires when I launch a new one that would be the third. So keep that in mind. We're actually now going to pull Hot Dog. And we will stick Molten on the portal of power. Oh man. Good, here in the US, Molten Hot Dog is a Walmart exclusive. A couple of people have told me they found him at, I think, is it ASDA in the UK? It's real recent that I've started hearing that, so I know people always ask. I usually can't provide that information because I don't live there. But luckily I do know that, and I'm able to somehow remember that at this time in the morning. That said, this is Molten Hot Dog. Obviously he's an in-game variant. Looks different in the figure and in the game. Just slightly better stats. There's his base attack, the fire bark. Again, note that it doesn't blow up. And then his firewall. Firewall! Really can't tell that much difference between the two. I know Hot Dog's is a little better. Just because it has more firewall. But we're going to come in here to Persephone and take him down Pyro Pooch.
Welcome back. Ready for another magical upgrade? Again,
bear in mind, to upgrade a Newlander fully, base upgrades, whichever path you pick, and the Soul Gem, you need 8,520. There's a total of 20 wing sapphires. If you've completed the game and you don't have them, pick them up. It'll stretch your coin out a little farther, leave you some money for sky stones or other junk Oryx sells you. But we're going to upgrade him. Again, my apologies if this is redundant, but since we're recording it, we just as well do it right. And like I said, some people may skip the Hot Dog part and just come straight here for Molten and Pyro Pooch or whatever. So we'll do it, to our fullest abilities. First upgrade runs you 300. It's called Pyro Piercers. Fireballs pierce multiple targets and do increased damage. Once again, solid numbers would be great. Hopefully in Swap Force. Fireball really doesn't look different. It has like a little bit more aggressive sound when it comes out. Not from Hot Dog, but just like, I guess, the flame itself. Come in now. Comet Slam. Runs 420. Press Z to flip into the air and slam down on the ground like a comet. Alright, so there you go. You can't hold it or charge it or anything yet, and that's basically what you get. It looks pretty awesome. That's probably the most impressive thing about Hot Dog based on what I've seen so far. Next up, Walls of More Fire. Walls of Fire do increased damage, so I guess that's all it was with Hot Dog when we showcased that at the beginning here. Doesn't mention anything about more or multiple or anything, or longer lasting, just increased damage. So nonetheless, that's a you know, pretty decent perk. So we'll pick it up for 540. And again, really, it's going to look exactly the same. It's just going to do a little bit. Might have a little cloud on the top of it. I didn't notice that with hot dogs, but nonetheless, the main thing, it will do a little more damage. So we'll come in now. We're going to check out Super Comet. Hold Z to charge up the Comet Slam and release to do increased damage. Run 720 right here. You can pick a path, or if you're panicking because you just wanted to like experiment with some new upgrades, you don't know what you want, simply press the B button. It won't lock you into anything. If you do select one, unfortunately with the Newlanders you will be locked into that path, so keep that in mind. Burning Bow Wow, like I said, is currently leading the poll by a 32 vote margin, which is pretty significant. I like the fact that the bark blows up. It looks cool, but I think it'll do good damage. And then the Pyro Pinwheel is pretty awesome. When we do that Comet Slam, it spits fire. That's your last upgrade down that path. However, the combos, the first one, I wasn't impressed with. They're hard to execute for whatever reason, and unless they do insane damage, you know, I won't really have much use for them personally. That said, that is Burning Bow Wow. Further develops your Firebark attack. Since we know we're taking Pyro Pooch here with Molten Hot Dog, we'll select it. Further develops the Wall of Fire attacks. I think this may be the way to go with him. We'll find out once we play, but we should have a general feel for it, you know, after we leave Persephone here. So, big perk there. If you do that last initial upgrade and you know the path you want to take, you don't have to watch that cutscene again. So we just bought the Super Comet Slam. There's the Comet Slam. We can actually hold it and then release and do more damage, or you can simply hold it and let it take care of itself. Again, the big perk down Burning Bow Wow is that spits fire while it charges up. But with this being Molten, we're doing the other path, and it begins with Blazing Wildfire. Walls of fire travel faster and do even more increased damage. Again, I love solid numbers. Cost is 1020. We'll pick that up. Blazing Wildfire. Again, I don't know that I can showcase it well in here. We will when we get on the deck, but yeah, it did seem to move quicker. Looks like you can still have two of them, or at least that's what they're hoping you have. Come in now. Second upgrade down now. This path is Great Walls of Fire. The Walls of Fire are bigger and do even more increased damage. So we will pick that one up. Let's see if we can tell a difference. Initially, no. I get maybe from that angle it's a bit more impressive. That's a pretty sweet angle, really. Kind of highlights everything for you. But I think when we get out on the deck, we'll be able to tell better. This one we should definitely notice is called Magmut Battalion. Walls are now made up of fiery dogs that do maximum damage and shoot fireballs. I might prefer aesthetically just like a bigger, badder looking wall, but you know, I guess this works too. So we'll pick it up. And see if we can check it out. Okay, so I'm assuming those are the dog heads there. Huh. There's kind of a good angle on it. I assume if there were enemies, they'd be spitting fire. We'll check it out better on the deck. Lastly, it's a Soul Gem Ding Dong Ditch. Probably the coolest thing there, just because it's hilarious. It's going to get left every time we do a Comet Slam. As you can see there, after a Comet Slam, leave a burning bag that explodes when stepped on. Soul Gem can be found in Rumbletown. Cost is 2,400. That'll leave Molten 90. That should buy nothing from Oric, but we'll deal with that later as we progress through Nightmare. Start to build some cash back up. Burning up. Let's go ahead and head back out here. We'll come back to our usual rendezvous point. There is his Firebark, basically It just is the piercing one that does increase damage. Nothing upgraded past that point. The Comet Slam, you can see there, it leaves the bag that will explode when stepped on. We'll do the Super Comet Slam now. Of course, leaves the bag as well. Gonna get some water real quick. Now, most importantly, since we took him down the other path, is going to be his firewall. We'll start out with it here. There it is held. That's essentially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I guess 7 dog heads. We'll release them. They're not spitting fire. They went clear to the off the edge of the ship, it looked like, I guess at least to the end of it. I'm assuming like if Callie and Ermit were enemies, trolls or chompies or whatever, spawn pod, spiders, they would be spitting fire. Let's try to get an angle from over here. That's a pretty good shot, shows you what they'll look like. And there they go. So pretty long lasting. Let's see how many we can have. 1, 2. Yeah, so it's still gonna cap it out at 2. It would have been awesome if you could like circle yourself in them, kind of like with Flame Slinger, like a max defensive type deal. I think that would have been something I would have much rather seen. That said, this is one of those deals. I was really happy with Jetvac, blown away with Flash Wings upgrades. Really both paths. Hot Dog I've not been super impressed with. What was that? I finally, there's that noise I finally figured out. I think it's like a Facebook notification. Can't stand that site. Never used to do that. I guess it developed that recent. I don't know. I don't like it. But I remember a couple of videos back I heard that I could not figure out for the life of me what in the heck it was. And then finally one night I was up, I don't know, thinking I was writing a newsletter or something, and I'd responded to some stuff on Facebook. I had the window split, and then I saw that notification pop up, and I finally correlated the two. But it's definitely something that they didn't do back in 06 or whenever it was I got on the site. Nonetheless, part 111, we fully upgraded Hot Dog down Burning Bow Wow, and then we took Molten Hot Dog down, what is this one? I'm extremely tired. Pyro Pooch. Not quite sure. I might have renamed these two as well. It could just be I'm extra critical because it's 5:27 in the morning. I don't know, but like I said, I think whereas I was stoked with Jetvac, very happy with Flashwing, Hot Dog stuff is something I will have to actually see in the game. Like if I can release this and like completely wipe out a screen, it's gonna change my impression. That said, that one really only upgraded the Wall of Fire. Didn't do anything to your base bark attack. Didn't do much, I mean nothing at all for our Comet Slam. I don't know. I guess I am officially on the fence of which path is better, although I may be leaning now towards Burning Bow Wow. I know after we did that I said Pyro Pooch might be better, but after seeing Pyro Pooch I'm certainly not impressed initially. I mean it looks kind of neat, but it's one of those deals you kind of have to see what they do in the gameplay, what they look like, the damage they deal, etc., and then kind of make a plan in terms of how I feel about each path. But I'm probably not making any sense. I'm really tired. I had hoped. I've actually got Shroom Boom and Lightcore Shroom Boom lined up to go. Both of them have the money. I have it all. I actually know that one. I know some of these I winged it and had to debate even while I recorded which way to go. I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to do. You'll have to watch it, but I do actually have that one figured out, and I'm confident in my logic for how to select the path for each character. But it's 5:29 in the morning. I'm extremely tired. You can probably tell. I don't know, like I said, both of these paths might be great. It's going to depend on this one, how they actually play out in the game. Quite sure in player versus player, which, I mean, I don't know. I feel like if this wall, somehow, like if you could use the nunchuck and just trace a circle and it would encompass you, and then you could stand in here and spit your, slightly upgraded barks, I think that would be pretty cool. Comet Slam's pretty awesome. I'm probably going to use that one a lot. There's the Super Comet Slam. Ding Dong Ditch is hilarious. I've got 4 bags on the screen now, so it looks like that is not going to be like capped off at 2 or anything, 1 at a time. Basically, if you just want a Comet Slam, there's 3, there's 4, there's... We'll call it 5. I mean, I guess they are kind of timed. But I mean, essentially, if you had a ton of enemies, you could do the Comet Slam, inflict some damage, and then as they walk towards you and step in the bag, it's going to explode, do some more damage. So, not quite sure how much. We'll have to wait and see. That said, I know Hot Dog is insanely popular. I think part of that is because he's still relatively new. I think part of that is he probably, kind of like Pop Fizz, for whatever reason, I guess like most of the target audience like really relates to him, or thinks he's cool or neat or something. For my money, again, this is not the best time to say this because I've not played any of them in the gameplay. Obviously, I just upgraded 3 characters tonight, but I would definitely have to say Jetvac and Flashwing upgrade better. Bear in mind, when I play them, I might say the exact opposite, and Hot Dog might be the greatest thing since sliced bread. But, I mean, Flashwing blew me away, Jetvac seemed good. Hot Dog, I'm not super impressed with anything initially. That said, the damage, I mean, for all I know, that firewall will just like take out a troll gunner or something in hard file, and that would be super awesome and change my opinions. But we'll figure all that out as we get to play more. We will do that when I'm awake and functional and can make sense for people. But like I said, we knocked out Jetvac, Lightcore Jetvac, Flashwing, Jade Flashwing, Hot Dog, and now Molten Hot Dog here in part 112. When we come back, part 113, presumably, I don't envision Scarlet and Genie or Polar Flashwing showing up tonight. If they do, that will become part 113, and I will probably be awake when we deal with that stuff. But basically, next time we start recording, it should be Shroom Boom and Lightcore Shroom Boom. Everybody's ready to upgrade the Newlanders and the Giants anyway, and we'll probably go from there. The Giants, I might actually have to do base upgrades on, just because I don't have 2 Swarms, 2 Eyebrows, 2 Thumpbacks like I do with all these. I've had 2 of. Pop Fizz will have Punch Pop Fizz. I bought an extra Fright Rider just because I think he's going to be awesome on both paths. His is actually tied up on the blog last I checked. Don't have multiple chills, but I have Legendary Lightcore Chill. Eventually, I guess I'll probably have Lightcore Chill. Either way, I've got 2. Really, the only person we don't have 2 of is Sprocket in terms of the Newlanders. Got 2 Tree Rexes, 2 Bouncers, 2 Crushers, not just doubles, but, Granite Crusher, Legendary Bouncer, etc. But with those others, like Swarm, Eyebrow, Thumpback, and then Genie, I kind of want to go in and do their base upgrades, and since I can't, take one down one path and the other down the other, I kind of want to, spend a little bit of time with their base upgrades and then say, wow, Ninjini's swords are so awesome, I'm going to take her down the other path, or, Swarm Form's pointless, I'm going to go down this one, or Swarm Form's awesome, we're going to take Swarm down it. I just feel like that's the best course to proceed with these Newlanders. There's being 2 or more of each of these first several characters. I mean, it's a no-brainer. But nonetheless, I'm going to quit rambling. We should, short of something really cool happening, the next thing you see ought to be Shroom Boom and Lightcore Shroom Boom. And Then pop fizz, I'm basically going alphabetically through the elements. I don't know if anyone's realized that's kind of the way I do stuff. But better or worse, it works out pretty well. Only thing I'm torn on right now, I wanted to have one box stock character go through all of the heroics. I would prefer it to be a Newlander. I've not taken Punch Pop Fizz through anything, and then I've got a brand new Fright Rider I picked up like 2 weeks ago. Those are the two I'm leaning towards. All my Giants have done a ton of stuff. I do have an extra Hothead. He, I guess, would be an option if people wanted to see a Giant do it. I'm just afraid a Giant might drop more frames. Then I do have another option. I could use Warnado again, if people more wanting to see that or something. But nonetheless, I do want to have somebody box stock, preferably go through all the heroics, kind of like we did in Skylanders Spyro's Adventure with Warnado. So feel free to chime in here. I'll probably have a blog pull up on that later today, this being Thursday the 4th. Probably do it tonight when I get back from running my errands and whatnot. And I'm hoping, I know at Dragon's Peak I uploaded it this past week and it had been edited forever. Since I've recorded these 6 videos tonight, I'm hoping to have, I don't know, maybe all of them up by this weekend. Depends on my free time. But bottom line, I'm extremely tired. I shouldn't have been recording any of this hot dog stuff. I did it anyway. I try not to hold it against me. Like I said, some of the stuff looks pretty cool, but I actually, with him, I want to see what it does in the game, and then we'll kind of make our judgments there and be able to ultimately decide which path I like better. And for everybody that hadn't upgraded or doesn't have him yet, you can kind of use that, see which one you like better, and make an educated decision, not have to like reset him and get all the money back or something. So that said, almost 5:40. I'm tired. I'm going to bed. Hopefully you're asleep unless you're in Australia, and in which case you'll probably be watching this because I'll probably edit it very late whenever I do get to do that and upload it. So good morning to you. Otherwise, I'm going to quit rambling. It's a really bad idea to do this stuff when you're tired. But questions, comments you can ask here on YouTube. However, for a much quicker response, I suggest you use the blog oneofwisdom.blogspot.com. You can follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+, whichever you prefer. As always, thanks for watching, and we will catch you back for part 113.